What's up? My name is Mike Posner. I'm the guy that's saying I took a pill in Ibiza. And I have a new song. It's a beautiful day. And instead of spending the music video money on dancers and makeup, we decided to make a wish come true with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Make-A-Wish put us in touch with a 15-year-old aspiring songwriter. Hello? Hi.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good. I'm Mike. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. My name is Angela.
How old are you?
I'm 15.
Wow. So we're gonna make a song together.
Yeah, I've heard.
Or you're gonna make a song, I'm gonna help you do it.
And I'm very grateful for that.
Oh, I'm very grateful for the opportunity. So tell me about where this dream started.
Well, I think it really all started because ever since I was a kid, I was exposed to a lot of different types of music, and it kind of was just the one thing that really stuck with me throughout my whole life. Like, I had passing interest, but singing was the one constant that I feel like just never went away.
And have you written your own music before?
No, I'm really good at picking up music, but when it comes to like actually writing and creating, it's like a whole different world that I really want to get into.
You have any questions for me?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm just so excited, honestly.
It's gonna be good.
Okay,
and,
thank you so much. You know, this really means a lot to me. And I think maybe part of it's also because I grew up in an Asian family, so everyone's always like, well, try to be more realistic. You're not gonna get really far in life if, you don't focus enough on your academics or stuff. And so to be able to, do something that isn't academically related and is something that I've always wanted to do really means a lot to me.
Well, I'm honored to be a part of it. You're a magical person, I can tell already.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hi! How are you?
Good. I'm not interrupting or anything.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So has it been challenging for you after you got sick? Because you said you got sick from pushing past your limits.
What I personally think that was the cause of it was that I was playing flag football in PE in 8th grade. It's like almost near promotion, right? Like everyone's so excited. And so in my last year of middle school, I decided that I would want to at least try in PE and not just, stand in the sidelines, pretend that I tried when I really didn't. And that one nasty fall in flag football was really what it was the final straw. There was this electrical impulse that just went up my leg, and it was like, nope, and I sat back down. I tried to stand again, same thing, so I decided not to. So the teacher came over, he saw me on the ground, and he was like, you should get some ice. And I'm like, I can't stand. And he's like, okay, I will go get some ice then. We head to the hospital. So we wait for 4, maybe even 5 hours at the emergency room. And then finally they decided to give me a CT. And so we went in, got the CT, came back out, waited for at least another hour or 2. And then so me and my mom go in, and then she's like, Mom, sit down. You're going to want to sit down for this. And I was like, oh God, that doesn't sound good. And so as I'm sitting there and listening to the doctor speak of what did she find, the lady comes and draws my blood, and then the doctor was like, I'm so sorry, but from the CT scan, it seems highly suspicious that you have osteosarcoma. And then I was like, that sounds so familiar. Why does osteosarcoma sound so familiar? And then my mom was confused because she didn't get any of it. And so the doctor was like, bone cancer. And I was like, oh, that's why it sounded so familiar. Osteo meaning bone and sarcoma meaning tumor. That's when I realized. But at the same time, I didn't really realize. I was in shock. I was like, what? My mom ended up asking some questions like, what's next? What do we do? And so my mom starts crying. I saw my mom crying, and that made me cry because I felt bad that I made my mom cry. End of August, so August 25th, I had my surgery done, which was this huge scar on my leg. And they basically cut off this part of my femur, and then they inserted a rod up, and then they replaced everything in the knee. So now I have an artificial knee, and the remainder part, they had a stem running through my tib fib just so that everything would be connected and I could actually walk.
So this is Isaiah. This is his studio.
Hi, Isaiah.
He's an amazing producer and writer, so we make a lot of music together. So
I think I'm just really nervous.
that's normal.
There's a part of me underneath the part that I let people see.
You made a playlist?
Yeah, I did. I did make a playlist.
Awesome.
'Cause
Let's
you told
listen
me-
to it.
You told me to make one, so
I did. And see if you did your homework.
How was I so selfish? The money never helped it. Keep checking all my messages. I'm done being a pessimist. The old way wasn't working, so I gotta put that work in. I know I'm far from perfect, but it's time for a change. It's a beautiful day to be alive.
Music really inspires me. It was like a huge part of what kept me going. Like when I was in the hospital, it would be like almost 9 p.m. like right after I took like my evening meds. Like if I was feeling, not so great, I didn't have the energy to work on homework and I just wanted to do something, but I couldn't quite figure out what that was. I would just start having like random songs play on my phone or on my laptop and I just sing along, and then sometimes the nurses would come in and then they just listen to me sing, and it was really nice. And I feel like that kind of helped build my own confidence to not feel scared to sing in front of people. And yeah, I'm aware I don't have a perfect voice. No one does, but it's okay because I'm doing what I enjoy and that's what matters most to me.
Well, yeah, we can make something like that. Yeah?
Let's do it.
See, how do you think we should start? Maybe just with some chords?
Yeah.
So we could put some chords down and then you and I can, all of us can think of some melodies. Are you familiar with format, typically a pop song, a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus?
Yeah, and then towards like after the second verse, pre-chorus, chorus, there's like a bridge typically before the final chorus.
So that's the main format we'll work.
And it would be it'd be more connected because it's literally what I want to say, just in the form of a song instead of words, just a speech. That's the only difference.
Yeah, that's beautiful. There's so much great stuff in here.
I mean, this is kind of like my passion project, I guess. Like, because universities, when they ask you, like, what's your passion project? This is mine. Like, I just want to bring, like, kind of like a sense of understanding that, everyone goes through hard things. And I may not understand the specific thing that you're going through, but I've also gone through my own, and that
Yes, you have.
I'm here to listen, I'm here for you, and that's kind of like the main idea that I want to bring.
It's wonderful.
There's more than just the fact that, it means that you're smart or that you're making a good paycheck. It means that you can connect with people who really need that support. All of the nurses that I met at UCLA, like, I wasn't there just for treatment, but that I had people to talk to, and that even in my lowest moments, that it's okay. Like, I can cry, I can be upset, I can be angry at the fact that I was the one who had to go through all of that. But at the end of the day, I survived, and that's all that matters. And all of those emotions are valid. I don't always have to be 24/7 happy. And I feel like that is something that I really struggled with during treatment, that I had so much insecurity just all come at me at once, because I always would fill up my schedule to the brim so that I couldn't really stop and think about myself. But then when I had all that time, it was like, wait, what is going on? Like, it was so overwhelming. I felt like when I really reflected, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to look so different from the other girls at my show choir. I feel like I wasn't enough. I felt insignificant. I felt like I wasn't pretty enough to be with them, as silly as it may sound. But going back to school now, it's like I hang out with those girls and they're like, who cares? And you are beautiful just the way you are. And every person, no matter how they look, how they act, it really all comes down to how you want to see yourself. And if you have that confidence, that's all that matters. And I think it's a really beautiful thing, because going in, like before I got sick, I was thinking, oh, well, people are saying like, oh, choir is like a big family. And now I see it really is. It's not just the fact that all of us are so determined to win at show choir competitions, and it's not the fact that we all love singing. It's the fact that we want to know about each other, that we want to learn about each other, and that we want to accept each other for who we are. So yeah.
Well said.
Underneath the part that I let people see, that part is the good part. Oh my God, it's true.
Or write a few lines. So this is personal. If I read everything here, everything you've written is very beautiful and it's very universal. So I want to challenge you to write a few lines that are the opposite, that are very specific
To me.
to you. What was the color on the wall when X, Y, or Z happened, or something that zeroes in on some details. And it'll provide I think it'll contrast really well. So one of the things we work on in these different sections, right? We have the chorus, the pre-chorus, the verse, right? And one of the things I think about is balance. So if the chorus is very
General, then there
General?
should be something to it.
I'll do that in the verse, I'll make it different.
Mm-hmm.
And melodically, we do the same thing. So if the verse is really punchy and da da da, or like, remember you play that song they're rapping in the second
Yeah.
verse? Then the pre-chorus, I might have more melody, and then in the chorus, more sweeping. So we're looking for
Different types of like textures.
dynamism inside the writing, inside the song, diversity inside the song. So I'll challenge you to write some lines like that.
And it's just, it feels so empty. That's why I hated the silence. The silence was deafening and was so loud to the point that I felt like I really just wanted to fill every moment of silence up so that I wouldn't have to think about it again. Yeah, it really has not been easy for me. Sorry.
You don't need to say sorry. Thank you for sharing your story with us. And you've been through so much. And when I read your speech, I can see how you're using the pain that you've been through and still go through to help others on their journey of life. And I believe life or God gives teachers pain sometimes because you learn how to overcome it. You've overcome so much already. More than a lot of people do in their whole lives already. You're only 15 and you're a teacher. Yeah, you're a teacher. And I see you stepping up into that capacity. And it's just the beginning for you. And you're so brave and you've been through so much. So you're just a gift.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I saw a lot of little kids younger than me who had to deal with the whole scenario. They didn't understand what was going on, and it really was heartbreaking. And so I was like, at least it's me and not some other kid who might not have survived. And at least it's me who's willing to speak up after everything that has happened, and even during everything that happened, for the sake of other people understanding what it's like to be in my position or in other children's positions who are going through the same thing. And it makes me feel better knowing that, you know, every single year the rates of kids dying from cancer is going down. It really does make me feel a lot better knowing that maybe one day there won't even be such a thing anymore. And that's all I can hope for in life, that we can slowly get rid of each and every one medical problem in the world.
Oh man, there's so much. There's so much. You're amazing.
Your way wasn't working, I gotta put that work in. I know I'm far from perfect, but it's time for a change.
You're gonna write with me. We're gonna write together. It's mostly gonna be you, and I'm gonna coach you through.
Okay.
Don't worry, you're here. I'll segue out of our deep talk.
Okay.
Isaiah, how's it sounding? How's it sounding?
People live their dreams, there's more behind the scenes. My world feels so bleak, there's more to me. Insecurity flows into my mind. Even though I'm fine, I survive. These emotions live inside of me, spiraling around, screaming. set me free. And this notion of smiling all the time feels like the world's biggest lie. It's okay to cry and fall into pieces when things don't go as I planned. It makes me feel alive. I don't have a halo, I'm perfect just the way that I am. It's okay to cry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay to cry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay to cry. All different ways, all I am that stays. I'll leave behind a trace, a legacy, a dream I make. All my falls from grace. Life is not a race, a passion that never dies. Makes me feel alive. These emotions live inside of me, spiraling around, screaming set me free. And this notion of smiling all the time feels like the world's biggest lie. It's okay to cry and fall into pieces when things don't go as I planned. It makes me feel alive. I don't have a halo, I'm perfect just the way that I am. It's okay to cry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay to cry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay to cry.
Woo! It's so awesome. It's really great. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you.
It's a beautiful day to be alive.